My name is Joe Curtin. I go to Boston University and I study film and TV with a minor in Spanish. I'm from Los Angeles, but I currently live in Allston, Massachusetts. Right now, I'm working on a project for a class called Narrative Documentary Production, which is taught by Mary Jane Doherty in COM. And I'm filming a documentary on an amazing DJ named Dee Diggs. She's part of Boston's kind of underground techno scene, and she went to BU, graduated last year, and is now making a name for herself in the Boston music scene and DJ scene. She's been playing a lot of events all over at clubs in Cambridge and in warehouses in Roxbury and Jamaica Plain, and it's just really awesome. She's a great subject, and the documentary is going really well as of now. So, narrative documentary production is a special class. Instead of choosing a topic, like a DJ or a social justice issue or something like that, you choose a subject, and with that subject, you sort of create a partnership and work together to create and find a story. So you don't go into filming the documentary with a story or subject matter in mind. You just pick a subject and work together to create a documentary that sort of has a story in it that could be perceived as fiction, but is in fact a documentary. It's like a really unique class. Most people don't film documentaries in this style, but it's really interesting because you're filming for kind of fiction coverage, but everything you're filming is real. So technically it's a documentary, but you're using more fiction filming tactics, I guess. And so I filmed Dee because I knew she was a good subject, and I felt like we could really work together to create an interesting documentary. So this project has some challenges. By the nature of the class, we kind of work either alone or in groups of two to film the documentaries. So usually on a normal film set, you're working with a bunch of different people, and so one person handles the sound, one person handles lighting, one person handles the camera, one person directs. But for me, it's like I have the camera on a shoulder rig on my shoulder with a microphone attached on top of the camera, and I'm simultaneously trying to focus the camera, capture the sound correctly, do everything, and then I have to edit it all together. So sometimes it's challenging, but also this is the way I prefer to work, because while I do like working in groups sometimes, in this situation I can kind of have a vision and just do it the way that I want to do it. This documentary isn't the only thing I'm working on. I've also been taking photos since like 2008, 2009, and that's actually how I got into film. I feel like photography and film, especially if you're trying to do more cinematography type stuff, have a lot of similarities, and I just like to capture whether it's still images or moving images, and my photography sort of is documentary-ish style as well. I sort of just bring my camera around wherever I go and take pictures of the things that I see. I don't really do photos in a studio with lighting and stuff, so I feel like that's reflected in the work that I do in film as well. I like to work with the lighting and the colors and the people who exist as opposed to shooting on a constructed set or having a planned out shoot. I have respect for people that do that, of course. It's just not really my forte. My favorite photos that I've taken recently are probably from Spain. I was studying abroad in Madrid last semester, and I also went there last summer, traveling alone through Spain and Portugal and just documenting my travels. So then I went back last semester to Madrid, and I just really connected with the country, and because I have a Spanish minor, I really have a love for the language and the culture in Spain, and I feel like I was able to capture it well. And also, after the semester ended, I traveled around with my friend Rita in Europe for 3 weeks and brought along like 30 rolls of film and just took photos everywhere I went, from Marseille to Rome to Athens to like Berlin and a bunch of other cities. And I feel like I'm just really proud of a lot of the photos that I took during that trip and during my time in Europe. And I just love capturing new and different places. So, yeah.